So just a few thoughts on changing directions, and with this work, this expansion, I'm moving a little bit more into communion with the other side. I guess obviously that's part of end of life doula work, and hanging around with some of the elders at the minute. And I guess this is a point about all of these beautiful transitions in life, coming into the world and leaving the world, that it's really important that we that they're sacred, peaceful, and honourable transitions, that we've found peace, that we've found our purpose, that we've found a sense of reconciliation with issues that we may have been repressing, because as we move beyond this realm, there are a lot of restless spirits, and what I've encountered in my sort of work and with being targeted and stuff like that, and obviously growing up in a community where voodoo and witchcraft and all that is not really talked about, having stumbled across that, being aware that people do behind the scenes practice necromancy and graveyard magic and bone magic, and whether you believe this or not, that's okay. It's not your journey, this is mine. And I have a clear it's all going off outside. Sorry. Is that maybe this is the tone that I react to these strange things, because I'm out here living my life and trying to connect with the elders and just share and exchange energy and knowledge and wisdom from lives that are lived very differently, and that you got these people that are sort of playing in the shadows and lurking in the shadows and doing all this bone magic, getting the bone magic and sending bits and bobs to people who are on the good foot, are rising out of shenanigans or a misdirected life. And I'm not saying that we all need to know what we're doing at any one time, but I think if the intention is to live with the heart, then we naturally find our purpose. We fall into the heart space, which harbours all of the magic from, it's our essence, our soul. So it's got a lot of clues and a lot of signs and a lot of sensations that we can tap into. And I say tap because it is, it's like mining, or tapping into a well is tapping that endless flow of goodness, because it is endless. The more that we delve into ourselves, rather than looking for external validation, external satisfaction, more things, need. We find the purpose. We find our purpose of life, which is really just to have a laugh and be on a good vibration, because then that's a natural vibration to attract everything in the physical realm that we need to support the life that we so desire, and work towards. And working will look different to all the different souls. One person's way of working will look different to another person's way of working. Sorry, this is the second time that I've done this video, and can't get my words out. So there are energies, there are trickster energies, that I've seen today, that are trying to stop this message. So I'll try to gather my words and not be so gobbledygook. But anyway, that tangent has really put me off. But I want to say that once we lean into the heart, we can tend to find our purpose, and obviously the work thing. And the work will look very different. And that is determined, I believe, what I've witnessed, what I've sort of studying, experiencing, is that that's determined from past lives, some karmic energies, from, not only past lives, this life as well. And that will lead us to our soul group, our soul fam. And when we're more in that light and we're more in that love vibration, you do get people that work with the the restless on the other side. And that is why it's so, so important that we make peace with this journey, that when we transition, we've done what we wanted to in life, or wanted to, what we've been called to, you know, all the things that we repress and we don't listen to. It does affect how we transition and where we reside once the spirit moves from this realm to another. And, you know, people working with, I mean, this is very sad really, is, you know, people using those restless souls to come back and taunt them in that space of restlessness to do their dirty work and stuff here. And, you know, for souls like me and lots of us who do the work, that's never going to affect me, because when you live on a love vibration, nothing can touch us. It's like it's source energy. It's like an angelic white light, or, well, some of us use very different energetic fields, and I'm not going to go into that or share what I use, but anyway, there's lots of things online. So anyway, a big white energetic shield that protects us, because the love vibration is eternal. It's when you know you've lived a divine love, when you know you have lived with a warrior soul family and you've completed missions across the ages, across the realms, and there's been a deep, deep sense of satisfaction at a soul level because you've just gone for it. Like, in whatever way that means to you, you just go for it. And going for it could mean making your own toothpaste. You know, that's what I did the other day. And that's just me trying. All we have to do is have a go. Yeah, regardless of any external eyes watching us. You know, I didn't choose to come on, start a YouTube channel, start chatting me shit. No. It's obviously coming from a space of me finding and harnessing the power within, the confidence which has been dimmed by the society and the programming that we live in, because I would never have had the confidence to do this before. You know, for me, it's obviously a shield between the screen and the world, because, you know, I chat to myself. It's like me chatting to myself, which I do. So, you know, I'm not afraid, not ashamed. I have zero shame and guilt, which is another thing that we need to be really, really observing before end of life and before we transition, because that affects the restlessness when we're in the other realms. And then these, you know, well, they might call themselves high priests or whatever, but really it's just sad individuals, because they can't do this stuff by themselves, so they have to call on the energies of other people who have been tormented in this lifetime and not found their peace to do their crap. And they might think it works, and perhaps it does work on people who are on a lower vibration, who have not found the love, the self-love. And that's why really it's not all a hippy-dippy, I'm on a love vibration. No, it is energetics. There are some infographics that I've shared, some beautiful sort of, you know, pages of old books that people are sharing online now about the frequencies from the lower vibrations up to the higher vibrations, from the chakra system where energy gets stopped and locked, from, say, sexual abuse through to arrogance, and that's, you know, gets locked at root chakra, sacral, solar, and we can't transcend higher to the heart. The heart is after the solar. So if we're not dealing with anything at a lower, I think I wrote a post about it a while ago, likening it to Jenga. You know, if you don't have a solid foundation, that shit's just going to fall. Like, we can't rise to the top and get the enlightenment if we are blocked at a root chakra, sacral or solar level, solar plexus level. And I would say blocked or imbalances, you know, we all have the power to harness incredible, well, not harness, it's just within us. So it's that it's tapping into the reserves that we've built up over the lifetimes that may have just got shot to shit in this life because of a variety of rubbish. And from, I mean, the society that we have to live in is brutal. It's brutal. I don't know. Sorry. It's brutal. Yeah. For gentle souls to come into this life and connect with the Fae and the elementals and everything as children, to then move into the worlds that we do, from young adults to from, you know, country life, everyone moves to the city to make that that doula. And I think, you know, there's loads of tangents. I've got so much stuff coming through, so sometimes it's hard to find the golden thread in the middle. But I think the main point is that when we start to connect with self-love on a higher vibration, we can reach the heart chakra. It's really important. And I'll be talking about, I mean, I've recorded a few videos all at different times because I'm not going to be putting them out when they're recorded just because of, you know, it's personal stuff. But the more that we tap in, and even EFT and tapping to the heart portal, to the space, it is a portal. Yeah, dealing with the lower chakras and that healing at deeply traumatic levels. And this is not instant. It's a life's work. It's not like, oh, now I've had these initiations, these shamanic initiations, you know, I can give it up. No, my work looks different to everybody else's work. My energy in the world and what I input will be different to everybody else's. And that is okay. That is why it's amazing to be alive with all the different, we have to celebrate difference. And these people that are trying to control with their natural witchcraft and magic and all this crap, is because they haven't found their purpose. It's a sad life when you have to resort to violence and hatred to get what you want, to control and manipulate what you want. And that is from deep trauma and mental imbalances. And, you know, the more that we live in the elements with the sun, and we touch and we eat living things, alive, what we put into our body is alive. That is a higher vibration. The more dead things that we put in us, and I'm not on the vegan agenda, you know, we are what we are, we do what we do. I'm not here to preach any choir other than for myself and share my truth, is that I'm mostly plants. And intuitive living, intuitive eating will call us to where we need. But as long as there's respect for the elemental realm, for Gaia, that energy will support us. The more that we do not respect nature, throwing litter, this, that and the other, kicking animals, you know, wanting puppies to setting dogs on each other, you know, watching them fight and all of that stuff, that's just something not right in the head when you want to see puppies bleed, you know. And I've experienced that. I've experienced disgusting things, and that is from a very mentally imbalanced place. That is where deep healing, the heart needs to be healed from some form of trauma. And so this is a bit of a loop, it's like a spiral path, is that when we don't find our purpose, when we don't live in love, we then obviously get drawn to lower vibrations, and these restless energies from the other realms get sent our way. And I mean, off mine, they get batted back. You know, nothing can penetrate my field, because, you know, it's a practice. This love thing is the only thing, you know, it is everything. It's the world, it's source, divine energy, and as a divine feminine, it's unconditional love for me, and that's not without the boundaries. And as I said, I've obviously identified certain soul group members that, you know, don't have pure intention or love around me. It's a control thing, you know. People might have fallen in love with me when, you know, sometimes I say it's not really even about me, it's my connectedness to the divine. I have a very, 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 very strong connection with the divine. So that is what gets reflected out, and I shed light on areas that people, for some reason, you know, they start to judge themselves. So what I've got is they start to get nasty. But without going down that route again, because it's a nice soulful day, is with solar energy, and it's a long one at 14, my gosh, is that finding our purpose, tapping into the heart space, doing the work, you know, allows for us to become calmer within self, to need less, to reach stages of our lives before we transition, before we move from one realm to another. They're all thresholds, rites of passages, you know, to be at peace, so we don't carry any of the energy that's unhealed from this lifetime to the next. I mean, I think I said, or maybe this is part of the other video that didn't end up getting sent, recorded, sorry, because this message has been basically, energies are trying to stop me from getting this out. So anyway, is that, sorry, I can just hear a lot. I can hear a lot. So, is that no one needs to be restless when they move from this realm beyond, when we harness our power and when we find our purpose. Yeah, when we live in the love vibration, that is the eternal protector. You know, it's a practice, as I was saying before, and like last year, you know, I was trying the self-love, I was growing and growing and growing, and you know, that's when I was still in my shadow side, my south node. You know, when you come out your shadow side, when you come out your south node and you turn towards when you're in your north node, you turn towards your true north, you're far more protected. You are far more powerful. You're far more at ease at a soul level, because this is where the true purpose lies. And that was a practice last year. That's where people mistook the whole soft girl era. Whereas now, I am love. I'm fully in my north node. I am love. I am source energy. Nothing can penetrate that. Nothing will stop this expansion of love. I'm only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger on a love vibration, because right here, right now, I am pure love. So there is no, you can't, some of the stuff might be scary to people that I talk about, and I talk to the people that have transitioned over all the time. Spirits are everywhere. If we're good, no one wants to do us harm. Yeah, they're all the people that are talk to us or might be the loudest are restless. So I feel, as me, for end of life doula, is to accompany them and talk to them in a way that puts their mind at ease, so they're not alone. Oh, I might get upset now. Some of them are just lonely. And so if we start on this self-love journey and we get to a place before we transition where we're good in our souls, we don't have that. We don't have to carry on that sort of uneasy energy and unhappiness into the next realms. You know, loss and grief is love and grief are the eternal dance, but loss and grief, if we don't deal with those, you know, I was chatting to an elder and he'd lost his wife 20 years prior, and he was still crying. He was still very, very wounded from it. And so as an end-of-life doula, it is my duty to support the ageing population and those restless in the other realms to places of peace, because that's energy. Yeah, I want to help the vibration of the earth. I want to help the energetic realms become peaceful, because this is all spiritual warfare that's going on right now. You know, the more that we have negative thoughts, anything that comes into our heads, because, you know, well, I'm not going to say that. You just have to snap out of it. You know, and this is training. We have to get into warrior mode. It doesn't mean we don't cry, we don't have a shitty day or two, but 24 hours and we're out of it. You know, we have to set ourselves challenges, and I love to challenge myself. And for me right now, where I'm being called is to push myself out of the comfort zone and support the energies in my space. And so I would like people, energies, souls, to know they're not alone, and that love is available to us all. I've got so much. Sorry, I've got to go because there's so much talk, so many people talking. Oh my gosh. So anyway, just all love to people across the realms. Anyone who's been hurt, who's not found their peace before they've moved from this lifetime to the next. I love you all. I send you all my love. Well, not all of it. I've got to keep a little bit for myself. But, you know, all the goodness and the healing, because nobody needs to be feeling pains once they're out of this physical body. The soul is pure essence, source energy. You've got to find our peace, yeah? All right, I've got to go.